Happy Friday, everybody. Well, I'm sorry, it's my Friday. uh, I'm blessed to have a long holiday weekend, which is kind of funny because at the end of last week, I had no idea that I had a long holiday weekend coming up. So I plan on using that time wisely. But I want to do, wanted to come out and do a message. I shared with you that, a lot of this time I do, I spend a lot of time really in introspection and such. And, I'm blessed because my soul kind of gives me these messages that I know I'm meant to share. And, it's funny because for a while I was like, well, I'll wait. I'm only going to do one every week or one every 2 weeks. And then what happens is when you start spending so much time, on your own, your soul starts just blowing through all these messages, and you're like, oh my gosh, all right, I'll write that down. And then at the end of it, you think, holy cow, if I waited and did all this in one message, it would be like an hour and a half long message, and nobody listened to the whole thing, so it wouldn't get through to who it's intended to. So, generally, I'm going to break these up into shorter messages. So today, what we're going to talk about is fear and love and pain, all those kind of concepts. I told somebody this morning, I feel like I'm blessed. I feel like I'm blessed because, in our lifetimes, when you realize when your soul is made of unconditional energy and it's eternal, that clearly your soul makes multiple visits back to this plane to learn and grow and learn about itself and do all the things. And I guess I feel like I've been blessed to have that experience here in one lifetime, because literally I've spent an entire lifetime as one being, and then I woke up, and then now I'm another being, and I'm actually experiencing life in a completely different way than I did before. The value of that for me is it allows me to see the other side, because even though I'm not that being anymore, those memories are still in me, those feelings are still in me, and I can see and understand and not judge that side anymore. And I can just view that in terms of love. Now you hear me say the term unconditional love all the time. We're made of unconditional love energy. That I use that word on purpose. I use that word because, we have the word love here. And we've talked in the past about how there are many, many types of love. However, all the types of love that we use, they're all defined on kind of how our mind defines them here. There are almost no loves on this earth that are unconditional. A lot of times, a lot of the love we have to offer is conditional love. If you do this, and I'll love you. If you do this, and I'll love you. And that's not the path. That's not what your soul has to offer you. That's what your mind has to offer you. So, I know I have a lot of friends out there who are awake, and and they like to post things for people and that sort of thing, and I think that's amazing. However, I warn against one thing. Religion, for centuries, millennia, religion has tried to get people to the concept of unconditional love using fear, and you cannot use fear to teach someone unconditional love. Fear can only teach earth-based love, but it cannot teach unconditional love. So, when we try to use fear to teach unconditional love, what we're actually doing is we're trying to get people to do what we want them to do, to follow a particular practice, for instance. And what you understand is that unconditional love is so much greater. It's almost like the difference of a class you took in high school. Fear being the class that was like home ec, and unconditional love from your soul being like quantum mechanics and physics. They're two completely different subjects. You can't use one to describe the other. You can use unconditional love to describe home ec, but it's very difficult to teach these concepts in the basis of home ec. So it's very difficult to do that. So that's my only message in terms of that piece is remember, in order to show unconditional love, you have to demonstrate and be unconditional love. That means that you really do have to put your ego aside, because there are a lot of things you have to do that sometimes it doesn't feel good to your ego, but it is the right way and it is the truth. So what I also want to talk about on this is pain. There's something about pain that creates beauty. And there's pain in most things that create beauty. Anything worth having a lot of times in life, there's pain in. There's pain in childbirth to create the beauty of another's soul. I mean, there's sometimes, like musicians, artists have breakups and they go through this pain, and out of that they create these beautiful images or this beautiful music. So there's something about the act of pain that can create beauty. I always look at pain like this. You get to choose the amount of pain you feel. Here's what I mean by that. It's the equivalent of having a wound on your arm and it's got a Band-Aid on it. Now, we've all had a cut or scrape, even as a kid, where we've had a Band-Aid on it, where you understand that you have two options. You can either slowly peel the Band-Aid off, especially if you have a lot of hair on your arm. It's painful and it is a long process. Or you can just bite the bullet, take the Band-Aid and rip it off. Now, here's the advantages of ripping it off. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts bad. But then the pain quickly subsides and the healing is there. If you try to peel it off slowly, you are extending that pain over a long period of time. And even if you get part of the Band-Aid off and then you come back and do it later, you still got to go through that pain. So you're just taking that pain and you're extending it throughout your life. And that's how I look at kind of the pain that you deal with in life. That's how I look at, dealing with, with your trauma and dealing with your hurts that need to be healed in order for you to be able to connect with your soul. Somebody once told me, why should my mental health have a price tag? And I thought, wow, that's a good question. And I have an answer for you. The answer as to why your mental health carries a price tag is this. In order for you to be able to learn what unconditional love is for other people, you have to first learn to unconditionally love yourself, okay? And when you're thinking about healing yourself and you start thinking about, well, it costs me money to heal myself, the first problem that you're creating in your life is you're creating a problem of lacking. That I don't trust my soul, I have lack in my life. I do not have abundance in my life. If you believed that you had abundance in my life, then investing in yourself wouldn't be an issue. You wouldn't worry about that. The example is, before the pandemic anyways, we'd all go out on the weekend, and if you didn't have a whole lot of money, guess what? Somehow you found out how to go out and hang out with friends and maybe have some drinks and get happy and numb yourself. You found the money for that, but you're telling me you can't find the money to do the things that require to heal yourself. That's the first thing. The second thing is this. The second thing is you are the most valuable thing for you in this lifetime. Your soul incarnated in you, because you are the most valuable thing for you in this lifetime. So the question is, why would you not invest in yourself? Because when you choose to invest in yourself, then you understand what you are getting into. You understand that you are wanting to grow. You understand that you are wanting to heal. You understand that you are wanting to take yourself out of this pain. And that, just even in a mind concept, puts you in a place where you're like, I'm going to do this. I've decided I'm going to do it. That's why investing in yourself. Again, we've talked about this in the past. I mean, if you have to work hard for something, let's say a car, you want a new car, you got to work your butt off, work 60 hours a week for 2 years so you can save enough money to get that car. You're going to appreciate that car a lot more than if somebody rolls in and gives you that car and just gifts it to you and says, here you go. You're going to appreciate it more. Why? Because you had to put blood, sweat, and tears into working for that goal to get that car. That's why no one can just walk in and offer you the healing that you're looking for. You have to work to get to that point to be able to heal yourself. That's what this journey is about. It's about loving yourself first and unconditionally. Okay? So that's why. I've been blessed. I've been fortunate. I've been fortunate because I've gotten the gift of being essentially able to live 2 lifetimes in this lifetime. I've gotten that gift. And I plan on doing everything with that gift that my soul wants, because it did take me from a place of pain and from a prison into a place of great beauty. I'll share this. Every day there are blessings in my life. I was out of the blue offered an amazing blessing that I view as a complete miracle this morning. It brought tears to my eyes. That's how beautiful it was. And the only reason that happened was because I trusted my soul. I listened to what my soul told me. I didn't listen to what my head was saying. So I put that out because, again, we've talked about this. There's magic and miracles all around us. It's however you choose to look at it. If you continue to choose to live in your mind and be the prisoner of your ego and of your mind and not connect to your soul, your life's never going to change. However, it's your choice. You're the one who gets to choose. And there's nobody but you keeping you from that. And that is a truth. All right? So peace, love, blessings. I love y'all. Please have an amazing weekend. Be safe. I'd love to hear back from you and that all y'all have all your digits when the weekend's over. So again, be safe. I love you. Peace. And have a blessed day.